All right, we're going to continue working with quadratic equations and their solutions. And for this lesson, we're going to look at the quadratic formula. We'll do the discriminant at the next lesson. So the quadratic formula is one that we can use when you can't find any factoring. You know, we've got a lot of options that we can do to find the solutions to quadratic equation, but if you can't get to one, you can utilize the quadratic formula. Now here is the quadratic formula. It is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now that's a lot to keep track of, so to help you, I've taught my neighborhood cats to sing a song about it, and here they are. Aren't they adorable? I love those cats. It's amazing that cats can even sing like that. So that being the quadratic formula, I can plug in my, you see right here, I can plug in my b term, I can plug in my b term, I can plug in my a term and my c term and my a term. And when I simplify that, I do end up with my solutions to my quadratic equation. So let's try that out, okay? So here we are. We've got this equation x squared minus 8 equals 2x. And I need to get this in a form that I can use. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. So I can have x squared minus 2x minus 8 equals 0. And then I want to use the quadratic formula, but I don't remember it because it's such a beefy formula. So I just remember, what did my neighbor's cat say? That's right. That's what they said. All right, so now I'm going to plug it in. So I've got negative 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 2 squared minus 4 times my a term, which is 1, times my c term, which is negative 8, and all of that over 2 times my a term. When I simplify that out, I end up with 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 plus 32 over 2. And that all becomes 2 plus or minus the square root of 36. That's a nice number. Over 2. Now, I can't cancel these 2's out because I'm adding and subtracting. If I was multiplying, then yes, I could cancel them out. But again, because they're adding or subtracting, they cannot be cross-canceled. So I got to work with them. So let's see what's happening here. Now, because it's plus or minus, here are where my two answers play out. I'm going to break this into two parts. So I've got 2 plus the square root of 36, which is 6, divided by 2, or 2 minus the square root of 36, which is 6, and that is over 2. So I end up with 8 halves or negative 4 halves, and so I end up with x equals 4 or x equals negative 2. So my solutions are negative 2 or 4 when I use my quadratic equation. Now this is, you can use this all the time, but it's really good to use when you are not sure of a factoring opportunity in this one. All right, why don't you go ahead and you try it on this one. Press pause. I am going to let the cats sing a little bit for you so you can use that to write down that quadratic formula. Let's sing it, cats. Pause. All right. I use my quadratic formula, which now is haunting in my head with these cats singing, and that's a good thing. So consider walking around your house singing that a little bit so you can have that formula accessible to you at all times, even if it is a song. My solutions for this is -3 and 7, and that goes real smooth. All right. I'm going to go find those neighborhood cats and see if I can teach them how to sing some country music. Yeehaw!